In your 20s, you feel like you have forever. You think you'll figure it out later, that mistakes don't matter, and that success is some faraway mountain you'll climb one day when you're ready. But here's the truth: your 20s shape your future more than any other decade. They build the foundation for your habits, relationships, career, and mindset. And while no one gets it perfect, there are things I wish I had known, lessons that would have saved me from years of unnecessary mistakes, anxiety, and wasted potential. If you're in your 20s now, or even beyond, this isn't about regret, it's about insight. Let's talk about the real honest things I wish I knew in my 20s. 1. You have time, but you also don't. The biggest lie your 20s tell you is that you've got all the time in the world. And while technically, yes, you have time to explore, make mistakes, and grow, what no one tells you is that those years fly by. You blink and you're 30, then 35. Time compounds just like money does. The earlier you invest it wisely, in skills, health, and relationships, the more it pays off later. Don't waste it thinking you're real. Life starts in the next chapter. It's happening now. You don't need to have it all figured out. The pressure to know exactly what you're doing with your life in your 20s is immense. Everyone asks, "What's your plan?" But the truth is, no one really knows. Most people are figuring it out as they go, changing careers, rethinking choices, pivoting again and again. It's okay not to have a grand plan. What matters is that you stay curious, take action, and remain open. Clarity comes from doing, not thinking. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the next step. Start taking care of your body. Now your body feels invincible in your 20s. You can stay up all night, skip workouts, eat garbage, and still bounce back the next day. But the habits you build now will shape your energy, confidence, and health for decades. Your metabolism will slow, your back might ache. Recovery takes longer. What I wish I knew is this: exercising regularly, eating whole foods, sleeping 78 hours a night. These are superpowers. Don't wait for a health scare to start valuing them. Build a body you can rely on. Learn how to handle money. Now most schools don't teach you about money, and by the time you figure it out, you've already made expensive mistakes. Credit card debt, living paycheck to paycheck, lifestyle creep. It adds up. What I wish I knew was the power of compound interest, the importance of budgeting, and that earning more doesn't mean saving more. Build the habit of saving a percentage of every paycheck, even if it's small. Understand where your money goes. Invest early. Financial freedom doesn't start when you're rich. It starts when you're disciplined. Your network is more important than your resume. Jobs are often won not by the most qualified, but by the most connected. In your 20s, it's tempting to think that degrees, certifications, and grades will carry you. And while they matter, your relationships often matter more. Every conversation is a potential door. People open opportunities, offer guidance, and introduce you to new ideas. Learn to connect, to give without expecting, to reach out genuinely. Your network isn't just about getting ahead. It's about not doing life alone. Saying yes to everything is a trap. Early in your 20s, it feels like you should say yes to every opportunity, invitation, or project. And in some ways, that's good. It opens doors. But over time, if you don't learn to say no, you'll burn out. Your time and energy are finite. What I wish I knew is that every yes is a no to something else. Be selective. Say yes to things that align with your values, that excite you or challenge you to grow, not just out of obligations. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to judge you. We waste so much time worrying about what other people think. We don't post that thing, speak up in meetings, try something new, because we fear judgment. But the truth, people are too wrapped up in their own insecurities to be deeply analyzing yours. What I wish I knew is that confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from caring less what others think. Be bold. Be yourself. You'll attract the right people and repel the ones who don't matter. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning. In school, failure means a bad grade. In life, failure often means you tried something worthwhile. I used to think messing up meant I wasn't good enough. Now I know that failure is data. It shows you what doesn't work, what to improve, and what to try next. The only real failure is giving up or not trying at all. Every success story is filled with stumbles behind the scenes. What I wish I knew was to fail faster, not less. Confidence comes from repetition, not inspiration. You can watch motivational videos all day long, but real confidence is built through doing things repeatedly. You get good at public speaking by doing it badly, over and over. You become confident in your job by making mistakes and learning. You grow into your role as a leader, a parent, an entrepreneur, not because you felt ready, but because you showed up again and again. Consistency builds skill. Skill builds confidence. You are not your job. It's easy to tie your entire identity to your career in your 20s. After all, it's how you introduce yourself. But jobs come and go. Titles change. Companies restructure. If your entire sense of worth is built on a job, you'll collapse when it changes. What I wish I knew was to build a sense of self that's rooted in values, passions, and character, not a paycheck. Work is a part of your life, not the definition of it. No one will save you, and that's a good thing. Waiting for the perfect mentor, partner, opportunity, or moment is a waste of time. No one is coming to give you permission, clarity, or direction. You have to create it. This isn't discouraging, it's liberating. You get to be the one who decides what your life looks like. What I wish I knew is that taking ownership early of your mindset, choices, and goals is the most empowering thing you can do. To learn to be alone without being lonely. In your 20s, friendships shift. People move. Romantic relationships come and go. What I wish I knew was how to enjoy my own company. To go to the movies alone. To travel solo. To eat out without a phone in my hand. Being alone doesn't mean you're unloved. It means you're comfortable with yourself. And that self-reliance builds confidence and independence like nothing else. You don't have to chase every trend, whether it's fashion, business, tech, or lifestyle. Your 20s are full of trends. Crypto, hustle culture, minimalism, van life. It's tempting to jump from one to the next. But what I wish I knew is that chasing every trend makes you lose yourself. Focus on what feels right to you. Let others do what they want. Your values, your passions, and your goals might not be flashy, but they're yours. And staying true to them will always lead to a more satisfying life. Therapy is not just for crisis. Mental health should be proactive, not reactive. You don't have to hit rock bottom to benefit from therapy or coaching. Your 20s are emotionally volatile. You're navigating identity, relationships, insecurity, and pressure. What I wish I knew is that talking to someone, even when things are fine, can help you process faster, grow stronger, and avoid long-term damage. Taking care of your mind is just as important as hitting the gym. Don't have to rush into settling down. There's subtle pressure to get your life figured out. By 30, evade the stable job, the relationship, the house, maybe kids. But life isn't linear. What I wish I knew is that your 20s are a time to explore who you really are before attaching your identity to someone else's plan. Take your time. Date intentionally. Change cities. Learn about yourself. Settling down is a beautiful thing, but only when you've built a life you genuinely want to settle into. Learn to say, I don't know. In your 20s, you feel like you have to prove you're competent and confident all the time. But pretending to know things you don't only slows your growth. What I wish I knew is that admitting ignorance is powerful. It makes you more credible, not less. It opens doors to learning. The smartest people ask questions. The most successful people stay curious. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to be open enough to find them. Protect your focus like it's your future. Distraction is the biggest threat to your potential. Your 20s are filled with noise, notifications, opinions, entertainment. What I wish I knew is how much focus is a competitive advantage. The ability to sit with one task, read a full book, think deeply, and execute without checking your phone every 10 seconds. That's rare and powerful. Guard your attention. It's one of your most valuable assets. Your friends will change, and that's okay. You may not end your 20s with the same people you started with. Some friends grow with you, others grow apart. What I wish I knew is that letting go isn't betrayal, it's evolution. Cling to people who make you feel alive, supported, challenged, and seen. Let go of relationships built only on history, not compatibility. Friendship should be mutual, not maintenance. Create before you consume. It's easy to spend hours watching YouTube, scrolling TikTok, or reading blog after blog. But what I wish I knew is that creating something, writing, filming, coding, designing, is what builds skill, confidence, and identity. You don't have to go viral. Just create regularly. It's the best way to find your voice and leave a mark. Everything is figure-outable. You'll face problems you didn't expect, financial struggles, breakups, self-doubt, rejection. It will feel overwhelming. But what I wish I knew is this: everything is figure-outable. You are more resourceful, resilient, and capable than you realize. Ask for help. Try things. Learn as you go. The answers are out there. Trust yourself enough to look for them. Your 20s don't have to be perfect. They just have to be intentional. Use this decade to build self-awareness, discipline, courage, and clarity. If you do, your 30s, 40s, and beyond won't just be better, they'll be yours. Learn early, act often, and remember, it's never too late to start. If this resonated with you, subscribe to Real Anash Ahmed for more real-life wisdom, mindset shifts, and actionable strategies to grow into the best version of yourself. You've got one life. Make it count starting now.